What is up, everyone on the YouTube? It is your girl Reese coming to you guys live with a little review or a little live stream review about the promo anime series of Super Dragon Ball Hero, the Prism Planet Art. Well, it's just like reviews from like episode one and two, cause how the episode runs. Or how the episode airs. I'm guessing the episode airs like every other week out of every other month because if I'm not mistaken, the game is already out already. Don't give me the lion. Can't really tell about the game because I haven't played it yet, or let alone ordered it, or got it imported or anything like that. But I'm here to give you guys my review about my thoughts and my review about episode one and two of Dragon Ball Heroes Prism Planet Arc. So with episode one of the Planet Arc, or within the Prism Planet Arc, it just starts off with, of course, Goku and Vegeta with Beerus on Beerus' planet, training and stuff like that. And if I'm not mistaken, this solely takes place. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to take place somewhat before or after the Tournament of Power, but it's supposed to be after the Tournament of Power because of the whole Dragon Ball Super Broly movie that's coming out in December. But that's only in Japan. But here it's going to be like in January, so it's like the next month after, like the month after. So there's that. But if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be around that time span. But actually, if I'm not mistaken correctly, it's supposed to be around the Goku. It's supposed to be solely after the Goku Black arc ish. Cause that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from it, but it's really not. That's just the vibe I'm getting. So you have Vegeta, Beerus, Whis, Goku. They're training, but Beerus is pretty much laying around, doing what he usually do: sleep, eat, and that's just about it. But however, Maya's on the planet, saying that Trunks is captured and everything like that on this unknown, God-forsaken planet that no one knows about. And if I'm not mistaken, around the time frame, this is where Fu shows up. If I'm not mistaken, Fu is Mira and Toa's son. And if you guys don't remember Mira and Toa, you guys have not played the Xenoverse or Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2. Mira and Toa, well, Toa is Deborah's sister. And if I'm not mistaken, Mira is an artificial humanoid or something of the sort, but he's like so yeah, he's like a demon king, or I don't want to say demon king, but more like a demon, like an artificial demon or something like that. Can't really explain it, but yeah, that's their son. That's Mira and Toa's son, if I'm not mistaken. And with him being the son of Mira and Toa, he kind of has this hate for, not kind of, he has this literal hate for the Time Patrol. Of course, it plays a part in that whole thing in Xenoverse 2, well, 1 and 2, or way before then, but again, it's solely based within Xenoverse 2. Because that's when he arrives around that time frame. Doing that, but it'll be set in the the styling of, what is it called? It takes place around the same time of Xenoverse 2, but during the Dragon Ball Hero Ultimate Mission esque type of ordeal. yes, it takes place around that time, but it actually takes place around that time, so it's kind of hard to it's hard to understand, but it kind of takes place around that time. So of course, this is when Few appears and talks about how Trump pretty much reiterating what Maya said, saying that Trump is stuck or in his planet and he's in prison and that, and it goes on from there. So we explains to Goku and Vegeta there's something about Fu, or if he was like really kinda off. And with him being it kind of off, like when you first meet him, you don't know his true intentions, because he's either like a hero or a villain or a side villain to be like to come up to be like a main villain. So it's one of those like confusing, hard details to tell. And goes on from there is that this is what the part now around the part of in episode 1, you'll see that Goku and Vegeta and Mai goes to the prison planet and everything. But if I'm not mistaken, before they got there, Beerus Weiss told them to make sure they do not fuck up anything, because they got to figure out what is going on. So in our technicality, Fu or Few is pretty much he's the main villain of the story of how this is being played out. But however, with the present planet being what it is, of course, a bunch of planets, it's just a cluster of fucking planets together. So, with that being what that is, the of course, when Goku and Vegeta arrive to the planet, the present planet, they see Goku, Mai, and Vegeta goes to the present planet or whatever. At this point, when you see it, it's just nothing but a bunch of fucking planets together. And with it being together and it being set up that way, it kind of gives you that, okay, you don't know what is going on, but you want what's going on, but you're too confused to see. So there's that. So right when they get there, another version of Goku pulls up or appears, and that version of Goku is the Goku from Xenoverse, who is the Time Patroller, or who's a part of the Time Patrol. Now keep in mind, Time Patrols are slightly like the Time Patrol storyline in Xenoverse 2 is slightly different from the Super and Heroes. Well, it's a part of the Heroes timeline, but it's from a different standpoint. And with that being from a different standpoint, it kind of shows off, like a whole what if scenario. And that's with Dragon Ball Heroes. It's nothing but, an entire what if, this and this happened and everything else. So, of course, if I'm not mistaken, from what I was reading before the anime came about, was that Super Saiyan Blue Goku from Dragon Ball Super versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which is Top Patroller Goku. Super Saiyan Blue Goku beat Super Saiyan 4 on account of this like a higher like ascension of like a god or surely after a god, which is next to it's supposed to be somewhat close to Ultra Instinct, but that's not the case. But me personally, I believe that Super Saiyan 4 is a lot stronger than Blue because, let's face it, it's nothing special with Blue, but it can go toe to. I can say, me personally, I believe it can go toe to toe with a god, just red with the whole Super Saiyan God thing, and then Ultra Instinct. Like I say that four can actually, go against those two, like variations of the same, or just the power levels. I'm guessing, but of course, since DT is not really canon or no one really speaks about it, it's to them it's a dub. So therefore, why not? So being with that is they talk about. I think when you see like Tom Patrol Goku or Xeno Goku, so that some people call it, but I will call it Tom Patrol Goku. After they meet or like or whatever they, so Goku is like, so Goku Xeno Tom Patrol Goku to be exact tells or say that, oh, so you seem to get me from another timeline, to have him come to this prison planet to be stuck here and fight for the rest of his life and blah blah blah. Goku, Vegeta, and Mai are somewhat oblivious to this because food is the reason why that the planets are what it is. And then on top of that, he kind of hates the Saiyans, but the Time Patrol, with that, it's within itself. So that's kind of self-explanatory. So this fight happens or whatever. Goku goes into Super Saiyan Blue, and Super Goku, though that's old Super Saiyan Blue. And then you got Xeno Goku, who's Top Patrol Goku, pretty much go into this fight or whatever. But the thing is, Goku from the Top Patrol goes Super Saiyan 4 just to really test out to see who will actually win. Me personally, I believe the fight was an entire letdown within itself, because within the promos that I've seen, they were really hyping up this, like the first episode with the fight being Goku from Super and Xeno Goku or whatever going against each other. So it's like, you want to like test out who's stronger, this and the third. But the thing that I like about Xeno Goku, the Goku from the Time Patrol or Xenoverse, he's more serious and more like smart versus Goku not knowing what's going on and him being slow. That's what that's the Goku that I'm familiar with. That's the Goku that I kind of like more than Super Goku. That's just me, because it's the fact that, of course, Xenoverse, with the Xenoverse, you got to pretty much do whatever you got to do to make sure that the timelines are not stuck. However, in Super, it just pretty much picks off from whatever happens. Of course. Now, the whole fight commences between these two, and needlessly to say, they're toe to toe. Literally, they are toe to toe. They are like literally toe to toe, and with them being toe to toe, it's like the power levels are like matched. But however, Goku, the Xenoverse Goku or the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, is can pretty much outmatch him either way, which is how I see it. So there was that. Now, like I said, like, to be honest, the fight was kind of a big letdown because they hyped the fight up to be like one of the biggest fights of the century, and it's in the third, or not one of the biggest fights of the century. That's just how I've seen it. So it's really after like that fight ended, that's when Fu comes out and just really, explains his true intentions and everything. And after all of that, it's just a bunch of like BS, this, and whatnot. Excuse me. It goes within a whole bunch of BS and everything. So it's like, So Shortly after, Fool explains his true intentions and pretty much try not to go crazy or anything of that nature. It's it's a wrap. So Fool leaves. He watches over from his little laboratory or a little hangout or whatever the case. And so shortly after, you see Trunks. Trunks goes. Well, Trunks is pretty much knocked the fuck out, and he's in his little prison. He goes, you know, seeing what's going on. But the fool was like, I'm gonna watch from here and go on from. It's gonna go on from there. After it's, the fight ends, Fool explains his true intentions, and then we'll go to Trunk and blah blah blah. We see Cooler at the end asking Trunks about the Dragon Balls, and he doesn't know nothing about it, so that's where the episode ends up there. Now, episode two kind of like, actually, before I get into episode two, Fool introduces a character, or there's a character introduced in the end, explaining to the evil Saiyan who goes berserk, or the berserker Saiyan to be exact, saying, you'll get your time, your chance to do whatever. And so shortly after that, it's perfectly fine. It ends off. Episode two picks up where episode one leaves off. But the evil saying is Cumber, or whatever the case. So it's like, so when you see Cumber releases like this immense of like power and everything. Then Cumber appears with Goku and Namar. They fight. Goku goes berserk. Well, literally goes berserk with an entire he gets like an entire like power boost and all of that. And then Goku is fighting whoever, I forgot who was fighting, but no, I think he's been fighting Trunks or whoever. Like it's kind of hard to tell because there was like so much going on. And so with the fight being what that is, the fight kind of, I don't say that the fight dragged, but however the fight, so Cumber fight, but Cumber doesn't do anything. And no, Cumber doesn't do anything at this point because he didn't gave, it done gave Goku this Berserker power boost. He goes completely crazy. Fights everyone in his sight, and Cooler shows up and kind of knocks his ass out of Berserker mode, and it kind of ends there. And that's pretty much the end of that episode, like episode two. But it's gonna like pick up where they left off. I'm guessing like Bojack's crew is gonna like show up or something like that. But I don't really know. But hey, I think that's like all the reviews that I have, and I hope you guys kinda sorta enjoy. Because I never really get to do like review about shows that I watch a lot. So this is like my very first one. So therefore, I hope you guys like and enjoyed this video. So like, comment, subscribe. Go to my PayPal and donate as much as you want. Because I need you guys' help to like make sure my channel grows perfectly. So I see you guys in my next video within the next couple hours. So here we go. Bye, moonlighters.